dash. So if you spread out enough, maybe Kufra can only isolate one part of your team during these compositions. And we're going to see if that pays off.
And we haven't often seen Fredrin flexed into the XP lane, but it's happened twice today, and I think that's really noteworthy that we're moving a little bit away from the fighter meta for some of these junglers, and now we have an assassin v assassin matchup, which I am super excited for, but it's so long that we haven't seen that, and Fredrin is now being relegated to the XP twice today in favor for assassin to the jungles. This could be a very explosive, very flashy mashup in the jungle.
Yeah, the one thing that I do have to give the advantage to is for Ackerman right now is they have a mage that does not need to remain still to keep to do their ultimate, to do the damage that they need. That means that Farja kind of coming down with that feathered airstrike is going to be a huge target for Ackerman.
Yeah, Farsa having you stand still is going to make perfect target, not only for Ling, but also Promise. Promise is really good with his Flicker Stun in the Lapu ultimate form, and you know he's going to find Farsa on that at least once in the game. She doesn't have to Purify, and there is a Kufra to kind of block a little bit, but not with the Flicker from Lapu.
Yeah, very interesting too here. We do go ahead and pick up the Flicker, which means we are going to be able to adjust that feathered airstrike, maybe kind of bait it out there. Oh, beautiful pop-up there onto Tonix, who does go ahead and disengage, but does the job of making sure that the team knows that they are present and they're not able to put on pressure on to Kush on that Ling.
Tunix playing a completely different support hero here, and actually Ruby gets popped up right here.
Yeah, and they're going to go ahead and put on some pressure, but like not enough here too. Like, doing a great job of making sure that there is always vision of Ling. They always know what he's doing and where he's going. Promise down at the bottom. I've been a little bit of trouble here. Nope, just kind of letting them know he's over there. Milo coming down to join the fight.
And speaking on Promise, Lapu will have a great advantage in this lane. I expect him to win lane very hard and put a lot of pressure on the Fredrin. The Fredrin just can't trade him out because once Appraiser's Wrath comes down, Lapu has so much mobility and dashes to be able to, number one, interrupt it, but also move through it, right, and get on the other side of it. I think that Kufra is going to play really well in this game and block a lot, but to go back to my point on Tunix, he's playing a much different support here. Ruby is very different from the Estus and provides a lot different things, so it's cool to see the flexibility on him. Will it be the same for Ackerman?
Yeah, and that's going to be the question here. We are going ahead. Kush doing a great job so far. Pretty much evened out on the gold right now. Both teams kind of vying for position, but now we have a turtle and a great position for the side of Gosu. Already have it on their side. Tunix kind of coming in here, letting them know that he sees this coming, and the turtle does get reset.
I expect Turtle to go to the side of Ackerman here just with this immense pressure. They've actually elected to go fight.
Yeah, you do see Anna is going to have to get out of dodge here. Oh, beautiful Flicker does catch them, and a little bit. Bravest Fighter comes out, finishes off Poppy on that Farsa. Milo going to have to expend that Flicker. Uzi in a bad way. Tempest Blaze does come down here. Uzi takes, make light work of Uzi there.
I think Gosu thought they're going to go for Turtle and they're not going to push in here, but Ackerman wants all the smoke. We'll get the neutral objective after we finish you guys up in your jungle. They walk straight into the enemy jungle, into a Kufra, and make all this happen, and we talked about it. Promise is going to find that Farsa again and again. He knows his target in this game, and he's going to be relentless.
Well, and that was basically all on Ackerman. They knew they had this fight. They knew that that this turtle fight was going to be theirs. They weren't even concerned about the turtle. They wanted the fight, and as soon as Gosu turned around to try to back off, Ackerman's like, no, we want this fight. We're going to go ahead and take it to you in your own jungle. Milo warming up the band here, does go ahead and catch Tonix there. Oh, beautiful. I'm offended there. Catches Milo. Now a lot of damage coming onto this Kufra. Does find a stun. It's not enough. And oh, Poppy might be in trouble. Does get caught. This is what we were talking about. If you land that feathered airstrike, you have a target on your back, and Kush able to lay down the law.
There's so much backline access to this Farsa, and if Kufra's in the front line engaging, there is no peel anymore for the Farsa with that bounce, taking away all these dashes. And like you painted earlier, Farsa's going to have a rough game here if Kufra can't be in the backline to protect, but he got caught there with Tunix with a nice flicker play.
Yeah, we do have 4 members of Ackerman here doing a great job. Now we're going to start the invade. We have the confidence. Do we have the know-how? We do see that Poppy's trying to do his best to try to lay out some damage there. Milo sitting here giving the vision, but here comes Kush right now. Putting it in. Are we going to be able to warm it up? We do find it on the Kush. Feathered airstrike coming down. Kush, does he get it? He is able to go ahead and retrie that up and get away to safety. Ackerman just doing a great job of enforcing their will onto Gosu.
Kush is Retry Gods. He places a high priority on those blue buffs, spends his Retry in the enemy jungle. 4 minutes in, invading jungle 4-0. This game is now almost 3K in the side of Ackerman, and they're going on the pace. They're not there yet, but 1,000 gold a minute, close to their other games.
Ooh, Nicolette does use those dashes twice there. Does sense that Milo is around there. Great positioning by her. Not getting caught like we saw from her in the first game here. And Gosu kind of on their back foot right now. Ooh, in comes Tonix there. Nicolette comes in there. Beautiful fear onto Milo, who does get terrified. Kush waiting for the opportunity to strike. Doesn't see it just yet. Milo getting taken down dangerously low. Nicolette not able to finish the job with that feathered airstrike. So not much coming on there. We do see Hayabusa kind of coming in here, trying to put on the damage, but not able to find a target. This means that this turtle is going to be open so far for the side of Ackerman.
Ooh, Wapsi taken barely walks away. Tunix may flicker in for the kill. Let's see it. We get it.
Tunix is able to find it. Is going to go ahead and walk away to safety. Feathered airstrike comes down, but Tunix is not worried about that at all. On the other side here, we do see that this turtle can go ahead and be secured without much hesitation and without much offense from the side of Gosu, who are in a bad way right now. 0-5 right now. Almost over a 4K gold lead right now.
And looks like they're going to lose another blue buff on top of that. Stealing away camps is double value for your side, because not only do you get the gold, but you take it away from your opponent. That's why those stealing and invading the jungle is so strong. You get double value out of this. This Ling is off to the races. Harith has 2 kills, and honestly, I am so impressed with this Ruby gameplay. Picking members, mainly the coup for punishing positional arrows, and really a masterclass on how to play Ruby support.
Yeah, and that's kind of the problem here when you have that Kufra. I feel like that there has to be some synergy with your team that Gosu might be lacking a bit. We talked about it earlier, that every single time kind of Kufra dives in there, you basically leave open Poppy on that for Ramas to kind of get dove into the back line there, and you don't really have the peel for it. We are setting up at mid 4v4 here right now. Feathered airstrike comes down to try to finish off these lanes. In comes a beautiful set there by Kufra there. Tonix in a little bit of trouble, does get taken out by Guapsi. We have a feather airstrike from Nicolette as well. Does finish off a member, 2 members there, but now we are at a 2-2. Tied up for both teams here. Kush trying to get himself out and back to safety. Nicolette going to go ahead and cover that escape. Oh, you do see Anna waiting. Oh, just not patient enough though. Nicolette's gonna go ahead and see this. I was waiting for Nicolette to kind of come out there. Oh, nope. Comes out there. Shadows are out, and Nicolette not able to get that frighten onto Anna.
That was an almost play from Anna. Steps out of the bush just with his tippy toe and gets noticed. Nicolette chunks him out for it. I was going to say that trade is really good for Gosu. It's 2 kills for 2 kills, and for a team that's 5K gold behind 4K now, that's a really good trade. The problem with that is Ackerman was 2 turrets deep. They've chosen, again, to bypass objectives for kills, and they're playing so kill-focused in this game. Is it possible for Gosu to maybe take some objectives, slow play this, because kills, when you're down, are worth less and less gold?
Well, that's a problem when it comes to things like this. When you're facing an assassin versus an assassin, Tempest of Blades comes out, pops up, Anna makes short work of them. Uzi powerless to stop it as Promise is in bravest fighter form. Zia comes in to cover the escape from them. A stun comes out for Promise, and that is going to go ahead and help Ackerman secure this top tower.
Lord have mercy. Ling is in your blue buff, and you don't want none of it. Comes in, takes the high kill, passes out. I'm going to take a turtle on my way out. The disrespect that Ling is playing with right here, walking and just owning this blue side jungle. Because yes, Ling wants blue buff, but you know who else really needs it? Hayabusa, and he hasn't been able to get one. I don't think he's got a blue buff besides the first one.
Yeah, and this is what we were talking about from the last game. I feel like both teams kind of have the same composition, same strategy in mind. It's just the execution right now is in favor of Ackerman. They're doing just a better job of it. Assassin versus assassin. One assassin is not going to get fed, because once the early game is over, you're going to have a little bit of trouble there. Zia does get caught by a little bit of damage, but is going to be catching a quick ride home.
Yeah, we're moving to 6K gold lead here, and we're not quite at that 1,000 gold per minute mark, but you can still pretty much the same plan as Ackerman. And I think the reason they're not at that mark is because they've elected to bypass objectives.
Ooh, the flicker is out. Poppy is in trouble. Does get taken out quickly by Kush. Now we have another feathered airstrike coming from Nicolette. Uzi in a little bit of trouble, is going to have to expend that flicker to get out of dodge. That's going to leave open this next tower for Ackerman, who are just non-stop continuing their push.
They keep the pressure on the bottom lane. Now they're setting up for a dive in the mid. If Gosu decides to defend this outer, they may get punished.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's Tunix. Oh, able to get out with the flicker. Beautiful job by Tunix there. Ackerman just putting on a show for us right now. They just have such a commanding lead. Guapsi comes in, does put on the damage to clean up that lane. Milo gonna have to fend off. Zia in trouble, does get picked off by Anna. So now starting to mount a little bit of comeback there, but Kush, you see him perched up above everybody looking to see if he could find a target. Does not find one.
The speed at which Link can rotate, and once he gets ahead, the amount of pressure he can bring to a game is honestly overwhelming. I think that was a really good play to get a kill. I think the problem right now is Tunix. He seems so clean on this Ruby. He was really good on the Essence, but he's making this Ruby such a menace. And you would think Kufra counters all of these heroes, all these dashes, but Ruby seems to find a way to provide the zoning effect that makes Kufra not matter anymore. It seems to negate the Kufra completely.
Well, that's the problem too, is that you do see that Milo kind of latching onto Tunix. That is not the target that you want, and you're basically going to force your team to expend all of their abilities to try to take down this Ruby who's going to be able to tank all of that damage. That's not the target you want, and that's not how you're going to be able to win these team fights. Kush going to go ahead and pick up the first Lord. Momentum on their side. What does Gosu need to do to come back from this?
I thought they were just doing it right there, private, with the split push, playing away from the objective. They elect to give the Lord over. We can't fight for this. We can't contest. Let's go get another objective. Unfortunately, the only thing they're able to get is for Claude to get another wave, and Claude's not going to be ready in time. Maybe a pick.
Yeah, you saw that again on Tunix. They're not able to take down that Ruby, and that's going to allow a lot of the team to kind of come into the back line there. Kush does get stunned and taken out by Uzi there. Nicolette coming in though as well, picking up 2 kills there. Right now, Uzi in trouble, trying to find a safe distance, but picked up by Nicolette as well. That should be a triple for her right now. Momentum on their side. Lord up at the top. What a great value for a non-luminous Lord. Starting to zone out Milo here. Wapsi trying to come in for the flank, is not going to be able to find a target. Does get a couple of stacks here, and now they're going to go ahead, disengage our Ackerman, but the job and the damage has been done.
I thought that they were going to end the game on that Lord. There's a lot of health left on that Lord. Ackerman plays it a little bit safer. We'll take the outer turrets and play a little bit slower, looking for another dive here.
Yeah, they do have a beautiful pop-up there, and a stun by Kufra there does land on the Nicolette and Tunix. That beautiful 2 kills there. This might be turning the face for them. They don't exactly have the damage on their side. That is Zia and Promise, so they're going to have some peels to be able to fend off this attack. Right now, 6 and 12, 5K gold lead for Ackerman. That's just a little bit of a mess up there. We're going to see if Gosu has what it takes to kind of turn this around.
That's Ackerman overthinking there, that they can push into their gold is enough. It's only a 4K gold lead, 5 before that fight. It's not momentous, right? And when you have a Kufra that can set you under a turret, you can't get caught like that. They're playing a dive comp into a Kufra, so they need to be really smart about killing Kufra before it starts, or being aware that Kufra's probably going to set us under here. We need to save our CC immunity to get out. There, Ackerman goes a little bit deep and gets punished. This is really good for Gosu to get a little bit of momentum back in this game. Now Ana finally gets his own blue buff, and Guapsi's still scaling. He needs a little bit more time before Claude can start to do that AoE damage.
That might be the second or like third blue buff that Anna has able to get. So it's finally loosening up that noose. Ackerman does fall a little bit behind. We're going to see if they can kind of maintain this push here, though, because they still have a commanding lead. It's just going to come down to these next few fights as we're starting to kind of gain a little bit of position on these maps.
Yeah, I think Ackerman's looking for picks now. Smartly, they've seen, oh, we can get counter engaged if we dive too far. So they're bush checking right now, so taking away all vision. Now it's Gosu's job to walk into it or give up Lord. Here we go.
Yeah, we do get the vision out there from that Magic Sentinel. Is going to go ahead and show all of Ackerman caught in the bushes. So they're getting shown there right now. But Lord is about to be up, and we have to see, do we want this fight yet? I'm just not sure if I'm Gosu and how I want to engage on this Lord.
No, they've really lengthened this mid game out. Now we're at the 14-minute mark. We're moving into the late game, right? Those mid game power spikes are falling off. The Lapu's going to fall off. Nicolette's so much gold, but Valentina going to fall off a little bit. And here's the point. Can Gosu find this consistent team, this Kufra engage, make a snap call, make a pick, and finish the rest of the team fight? Or will Ackerman take a free Lord and push it down?
Yeah, you do see Uzi getting dangerously close to this Lord. It's not even down to about half health yet. We do go ahead, starting a little bit of engagement, do throw out that BMI from Claude. Now we are in the fray, deep into the fray here. Uzi gonna go ahead and find and escape. Lord is down to about 10%. There's not much that the side of Gosu are gonna be able to do to stop it. Oh, Link does find Wopsy. Quick kill onto him, and he's gonna go ahead and use that Tempest of Blades to get himself to safety. Couple of dashes there might be the end for Kush, who does get picked up by Anna. Meanwhile, Ruby here to kind of clean up the mess at the purple buff, but we don't have any protection for any of our damage dealers. Look at how deep that Ackerman is diving into this right now. Tonix comes in, beautiful. I'm offended, does catch on the Poppy, who gets taken out by Promise. Beautiful engagement there by Ackerman, but it's not done. Promise goes ahead to try to zone out Anna.
The Ruby's so clean, and right when you think it's over, Ruby just knows the hero that well, and Tunic is able to get another pick and onto the Farsa nonetheless. It's somebody on Gosu who really needs to get going and be there for those ultis to, number one, clear these waves out, zone the team, and do all this. Now Farsa hasn't found another death. Kush is back up, and he'll be up this lane really quick.
Yeah, Luminous Lord coming in through the top, which means we're going to be able to mount a decent amount of pressure onto the back. Oh, Zia gets caught by a shadow kill there, as well as Promise. Beautiful pick up there by Anna, so they're not going to be able to get much from this bottom turret. Beautiful pick out there by Anna.
Huge play, and Fredrin trying to extend it here, Private.
Yeah, he's going to go ahead and dive deep into here. Uzi doesn't care. It's a 3v1, but he doesn't matter. He's going to take all of this damage. Does get frightened, but it's not enough to kind of really fend it off, and definitely not enough for him to really use that Appraiser's Wrath just yet. I like the aggression there, trying to get the vision, letting the side of Ackerman know that we are not out of this fight just yet.
That
Milo comes in. Yeah, and then we do have the damage coming in from Guapsi. Promise gets taken out there. Tonix actually might be in trouble here in a bad way, caught in between Uzi. Dude, we do see the damage coming out. Guapsi able to get another kill onto him. Guapsi right now is 5-3, so doing a great job as we're moving into this late game.
Now, finally, Claude is in the game. Claude can carry us now. They need to keep playing. That pick onto Zia was so crucial from Ana there on the Haya. Picking Zia there, open the map, and Ackerman still playing aggressive. Then they get punished the second time. Now they have a little momentum in this late game. Fredrin and the Kufa can provide so much space and time for the Hayabusa, the Farsa, and the Claude to do all this damage. If Gosu can find a clean fight, cohesive engage, they can end this game and they can upset Ackerman.
Well, and that's the value that you're going to get out of Anna right now on that Hayabusa as we're into this late game. You cannot be out there by yourself. He's going to be able to come in with those shadows. Oh, you see him come in there. We do have a shadow kill coming down here. It does get spread out to the rest of Ackerman team. Great play there by Kush as he got snacked on, but went to his teammates to make sure that that damage kind of spread out through all of them.
Yeah, flies over the Lapu and drops the high ult onto the Lapu. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate that. But Lapu can sustain it. He's not worried about that. But I love to see Gosu in the middle of the map here. They really are feeling themselves right now. The gold is almost even at this point in the game. 2K gold is not that much. They're starting to step up in this blue buff, step up in this river. It's still an Ackerman favored game, but not by much.
Yeah, not by much indeed. We do have that a lot of pressure up at the top here right now. All members trying to vie for a little bit of a mistake, trying to put their their spacing around this Lord. We do go ahead and see that we're gonna go ahead and latch onto it. Uzi does catch Nicolette in here as we're going ahead, keeping on with the zoning. Kush coming up here from the bottom. Oh, does catch a shadow kill as well. But you do see that Hayabusa Anna gonna go ahead and get himself back to safety. That means that Ackerman just reset this Lord. It did kind of upset the balance of what they were attempting to do here. Uzi sensing blood in the water. Tonic actually in trouble here. I'm offended comes out, but it is not enough to save him. Is that the momentum that they were looking for? They do have a slight advantage. Is it going to be enough to cost them this Lord? Zia goes in, comes in with that. Here comes the Zaymon Force laid down on the ground. The Gauntlet is down. Are we going to be able? Blazing Duet pop up from the Lord as Zia gets taken down. Anna follows closely behind. We are two down for two down on both sides. Kush is going to have to get out of here. Nicolette does find a kill of their own as Promise is taken out as well. 3 down for both sides. Oh, just kidding. Actually, 4 down for the side of Ackerman. It is just Kush alone, but look at these minions already on the core.
big play from Gosu right there. The amount of map position, pressure, game momentum, everything just resting on that team fight, and Guapsi stands strong, does all the damage. It's so big for them. Now Ackerman has to relegate Link to split push, and they have to give him pressure in other ways, because now the team fight 5v5 is so much in the Gosu's favor. They found their footing in this game.
Yeah, and that's the interesting thing for me. I feel like Zia maybe overstepped what he thought was his survivability, dove right into the fray of there, and even threw out a Zaman Forest that was just a little bit too far away from him for him to actually capitalize on it, and that just kind of went for a domino effect on the rest of the team there. Just Kush able to kind of get out of that. We have another Luminous Lord up on the board here, still waiting to see who will get the advantage, but Gosu definitely letting Ackerman know they are not down and out just yet.
Ooh, Bush tech into Kufra. I don't think it'll mean much. The rest of the team isn't here, but Ackerman gaining this river control and vision, pushing them out of the jungle, and it's going to be up to Gosu to walk back into this.
Oh, nice, beautiful frighten there, followed into an I'm offended there, but Milo is going to go ahead and find himself a little bit of safety. Zia, might be getting caught here, is going to have to go ahead and dash out of the way there, followed up by Uzi, who's doing a great job of kind of scouting out these bushes and finding the squishier members of Ackerman.
I've got to give so much credit to this Hayabusa for hanging on in this game, and honestly, not having the early game lead you would traditionally think a need on Haya. He's found his moments, and that shows a true mastery of Hayabusa for Ana, finding these moments in this later game where normally Haya wouldn't be as effective, finding the picks, finding the damage to push Ackerman completely out of the fight.
Yeah, and right now we are at an even game. Whatever advantage. Oh, speaking of which, Kush actually does get a shadow kill onto him. It latches onto Zia, though. That's not the target you want to give it off to. Poor Zia is defenseless, sitting there minding his own business, catches a shadow kill latched onto him as Kush tries to run away. We're going to go ahead and start onto this next Lord. Uzi trying to get in a good position. Right now, we do see kind of a split push right now from Ackerman, trying to find a good position.
The flank!
Poppy. Yeah, we do see Poppy trying to, beautiful flicker onto the beautiful set. Nicolette gets taken down, followed shortly behind by Promise. This is the advantage that Gosu was looking for. This is, I mean, you're gonna, this now or never to go ahead and latch on to this Luminous Lord. 3 members now trying to vie for some type of advantage here from Ackerman. Are they gonna find it here? Wapsi putting on the damage. Milo standing in wait, trying to find an opportunity to come in with this Tyrant's Revenge. Tunic and Zia in the back trying to, I mean, at least try to provide a little bit of a distraction, and a great job by Kush, making sure that he's still everywhere on the map, making sure that he's still providing that pressure, split pushing. You see him perched up high above everybody else, making sure he has vision on this Lord. Milo comes in with a Tyrant's Revenge. It does miss. Oh, we do see that Shadow's kill is latched onto Zia, who might be in trouble. Immortality has been activated. Tunic in a little bit of trouble here. Uzi coming in with that big beefiness of his, and then Immortality has been activated by Tunic. Lord is down to about 10% here. Anna and Uzi trying to put on the finishing touches. Uzi comes in to zone out the rest of Ackerman, and we do see Kush getting taken down, followed by Anna picking up this Lord. It's all Gosu from here right now. It is their game to lose. What a turnaround from game 1.
Gosu comes back with the mental fortitude that no one else would have. They go down bad with the lag, with the disconnection. They come back strong in this game too. Such good plays coming out of Gosu to wait until their time, to play to their win conditions, and now they're here.
Yeah, and it's a 20-minute Lord at that. This is going to be a strong boy here right now. And unfortunately, it does feel like Ackerman has not been able to find the greatness that they had in the earlier game. Milo actually does get activated with that Immortality. In comes the bravest fighter from Promise. Does get knocked up there, but we have a Lord at bottom to contend with. Are we going to be able to put on the assault there? Uzi does come in with some damage of their own. Milo in a little bit of trouble here. Nicolette still trying to put on the damage onto this Lord. We do see the damage coming in. Tonic comes in. Shadow Assault, or Shadow Kill is out there as well. Blazing duet from Guapsi deep into the back lines. He does not get killed there. Anna finds a tower of his own. Down to about half health. This is Gosu returning the favor to Ackerman. This is a 1-1 series.
What a comeback. What a series we have on our hands, Private. Gosu goes down the gauntlet, down almost 6,000, 7,000 gold, turns it around with a couple of really smart and patient picks. Gosu standing strong in the first day of the season, Private. This is a good look for Gosu.